Everybody, welcome to Detour Ahead, the show where we're probably not going to get where we're going. I'm your host, Riley, joined always by joined always by my co-host, Colo Chu. Any pronouns? What's
Hey,
up?
I'm Colo Chu. What's
Hello.
up? Hey, everybody. It's
Nah,
me, Colo Chu.
we got a
And
special guest today. Demigloom. Say hello.
What's up?
It's supposed to be Riley.
real quick let's establish in case somebody's new here, because it's possible to obtain new listeners. I am Riley, and now the guy who's gonna talk next is Colo Chu.
Hello.
No, he's doing a stupid bit. I'm Riley.
No. And then
no.
the one
Okay,
who's
yeah.
claiming to be Riley falsely is Demigloom.
Yeah, that person is Demigloom. I'm Riley right now.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Demigloom, you picked the topic. What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about skew.
Okay, so Colo, you dropped out of college. Tell us about that.
Damn, throwing me
I love
right
that
under
album.
the bus. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of school. At least college anyway. I don't know. I don't really think it's a good idea to have someone learn things that aren't specific to their field. I understand like liberal arts learning and stuff is good for people and it like strengthens your mind or whatever, blah blah blah. But like I don't need to know how to write papers if I don't plan on doing jobs that require me to write papers for.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what am I ever going to do in my life that's going to require me to write a paper?
Like if I want to go and be let's say I want to go be a kindergarten teacher, I don't really need calculus.
This is true.
All right, kids, today we're going to learn what 52 factorial is.
Well, you don't even know how to use factorial. Shut up.
I just
What's
know that there was
factorial?
I used to do a funny meme where I would tell people's Alexas to say what 52 factorial was, and they would just like spit out numbers for 30 minutes.
That's really funny. 52 factorial.
Hey Alexa, what's 52 factorial?
Could you yell "Hey Siri" in public and have like everybody's iPhone like
series go up?
like
Would that
hundreds
be,
of series
would that
go
be
up?
under disturbing the peace? Could you get arrested for disturbing the peace?
I don't think so.
If
If
you
you
were
were doing it,
bullhorns yelling, "Hey Siri."
I think if you're doing it continuously, it depends on where you are. Because like protesting isn't illegal. That could be a protest. We're protesting Siri's not being currently
Interesting.
activated.
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
We're protesting the deactivation of Siri.
Yeah.
You got everybody yelling "Hey Siri" and then
"Hey Siri, hey Siri."
you have everybody yell. I keep activating my phone by saying it, so I'm not going to say it anymore. you keep having everybody yell that, and then you got one dude who wasn't fully informed on what's going on who says, "Okay, Google."
Oh.
Hey Alexa. Hey Echo.
No.
Hey Cortana.
Nobody uses Cortana. Shut up.
No.
Isn't Cortana Windows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty shit. It's not good.
No.
Not good overall.
No.
Demi, stop with the soundboard. Okay, Demigloom has a soundboard and has put her own laugh on the soundboard so that she can just fake laugh utilizing her soundboard.
I wasn't even.
Is it
I
not
didn't- I
obvious to
honestly
people
didn't
that
even
it's like the
notice.
same exact clip of me laughing, like overlapping
I
itself?
I was just like, why is Demigloom laughing so weird today? And then I realized it was the same clip, and I was like, wait a minute.
I
Same
didn't even
exact
realize
clip.
it. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, bitch!
Colo, have you ever seen Breaking Bad? I've never asked you about this.
Bruh, okay, why is Breaking Bad popping off right now?
Because Better Call Saul just had its finale.
Ah, that makes sense.
Were you a Breaking Bad fan in its day or at any point?
No, I am a Breaking Bad fan, but like the fan that never actually watched it, but the one that
You're just a
watched
fan of
it.
like the shit you've seen, like clips
Yes,
and shit.
I do want to watch it though. I'm working my way through Naruto right now, so I do want to watch Breaking Bad at some point.
That's weird because I'm watching Breaking Bad right now and I'm considering starting Naruto. So we're like the reverse.
Wait, regular Naruto, Shippuden, or Naruto's son?
Definitely not Naruto's son. Fuck
Definitely not
Naruto's son.
Boruto.
Minato's grandson.
Minato's grandson. Yep. No, but I've experienced the entire story of Naruto, but it's never been like in order through the anime or manga. It's all been through video game. And
Interesting.
like
I'm on the Pain arc right now,
Oh
so I'm
god.
probably not halfway. I'm like a third of the way done, I think. But
yeah, I know about Naruto between like catching random episodes on Toonami and playing the video games and reading some of the manga, but not a lot.
it's a very very good show.
Yeah, I have a filler guide saved on my phone so I can skip all the episodes that are 100%
Oh,
filler.
see, I'm not
And
doing that. I'm not doing that. That's why it's taking me so long to get through Naruto. Is I'm watching every single episode that they've released, filler and
see, I
all.
might too. There's actually not that much filler. It's unfortunate because if I use the filler guide, what they did with Naruto, they made this really weird decision where there's actually not that much filler like throughout Naruto. There's like episode 26 is filler and episode 92 is filler. And then there's like a couple episodes somewhere in the early hundreds. But then everything from like 140 to the finale is filler.
What? That's not
Like
accurate at
the
all.
last 60 episodes of Naruto are filler. It is accurate.
Naruto is like literally like like every other episode of Naruto is filler, as long as there's not like a big battle going on.
There's
Are you
always
talking
partial
original
filler. But,
Naruto or are you
yes,
talking Shippuden?
we're talking original Naruto.
Okay, that makes sense. There's a lot of filler in Shippuden. There's so much.
Yeah, the original Shippuden gave it that rap because the original Naruto just had that weird spread where there was only a couple like throughout the show's run. A lot of the episodes are filler and like manga canon mixed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and you can't really avoid that unless I think there are fan cuts out there, but I really don't want to go through the effort of watching it that way. It's just
No,
unfortunate
see, what I do is
because
anytime I watch like a big show like DBZ or DB Super or Naruto or something like that, I watch all of the filler every episode released
you
on the
watched
first
all of
go
the
through.
Z filler.
Yes.
Holy shit! That what a journey. I respect you,
Dude, it was
my
good.
guy.
A lot of the filler is actually really good.
There's actually a lot of really sick filler in Dragon Ball Z that I've seen. You're right.
Like a lot of it is just like really really stupid, but it's good.
Like I like a lot of the Gohan stuff. Like I liked Gohan like fighting off mercenary Tao like in between the time before the Cell games.
Yeah, there's
I
no point
liked
to that whatsoever, but so that's it being filler, but it's good.
weren't Goku and
Okay, one
Vegeta
thing people don't
Vegeta.
realize
Oh,
is
go
that
ahead.
there is a lot of filler in between them leaving in the spaceship for Krillin, Bulma, and Gohan take the spaceship to planet Namek for the before Frieza. There's so much filler in between that and them actually getting to the planet.
It's
There's like
actually
I
that's a
want to say
noble
there's like
endeavor.
6 to 8 episodes of just straight filler in between them leaving and them arriving.
Is the like actual good dub of Dragon Ball Z readily available? Because like,
Oh,
was there
dude,
a good
I
dub of
don't
Z
know.
that wasn't Kai?
I can't tell you if anything is readily available. It's all readily available to me. You just gotta search.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's true. Like, but even on piracy websites, I wonder if like the Dragon Ball Z listed would be the like superior dub, which would be like whatever the most recent Funimation dub was, which is probably like 2005 or something for the DVDs.
Look, I have no idea. It's been a minute since I watched DBZ.
I
I'm
mean,
still on.
Chris Sanders is a much superior Frieza, so maybe Kai is just the best version anyway, because Chris Sanders is Frieza.
I'm still working my way through. I still got to go finish Super.
I fell out
Goku
of
just
Super.
went. Goku just went Ultra Instinct for the first time after the Spirit Bomb hit him.
The farthest I've made it through Super is literally like middle of Resurrection F.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm really bad at. I need to just power through it because I can't not watch the
I'm
episodes
surprised
because
you
I
made
can't
it through
accept that.
Battle of Gods. That was
I liked the
rough.
Battle of Gods arc actually.
Okay, if you watch the movie first, then you start working your way through DBS. It's rough.
No, I've seen the movie, but I liked the DBS arc. I liked the expansion on it. I
I will
also like
say
the expansion on Resurrection
the
F. But at the end of
Resurrection
the
F,
day,
the
go ahead.
Golden Frieza arc of DBS is actually not that bad.
I've heard most
Although
people
I'm
say it's
still
better than the
pissed that
movie.
they cucked Vegeta for a second fucking time.
They always cuck Vegeta. When has Vegeta gotten an unconditional win? Like, he's had his moments where he like humiliates a bad guy and like kicks their ass, but it always ends badly because he makes a dumb decision. Like,
It's
he
not even
fucking
that.
humiliates
It's
second
not
form
even that.
Cell, but then he lets him go perfect. He
Ooh.
fucking humiliates Frieza, but then gives him the opportunity to blow up the Earth. It's
No. What happens is it's not Vegeta who does it. It's the writers who cuck Vegeta every single time. So in the Majin Buu saga, Vegeta goes and like finally has this heartwarming moment with his son Trunks for the first time in the entire show. He finally acknowledges him Trunks as his son. Not future Trunks, his baby Trunks. And like they literally hug, and then Vegeta goes and basically blows himself up to protect the Earth, just for Majin Buu. I think it was Kid Buu at the time. Just for Kid Buu.
No, it was Fat Buu. It wasn't even the good Buu. It was fucking Fat Buu.
No, it wasn't Fat Buu.
It was 100% Fat Buu. I promise.
Look, it's been a minute since I've watched DBZ. But anyway, he blows himself up against Buu just for Buu to come back and Goku to beat Boo's ass for no fucking reason. In the Golden Frieza arc, Vegeta basically does the same thing. Vegeta could have killed Frieza, but then they're just like, nah, fuck Vegeta, and let Frieza blow up the Earth. And then we set it back, and Whis looks at Goku and goes, "Go, take care of this. I got you."
But okay,
like they cuck Vegeta so much, it's so bad.
It's true. I have a pitch because I know Demigloom tried to do like a fake yawn earlier to indicate to us that she was bored. She does not like Dragon Ball. So here's my pitch for you, Colo. I say we put a pin in this for now, and for next episode we invite one Mr. Raging Gingy and we do a Dragon Ball episode.
That's fair. You're gonna have to. Where's my Discord? There it is.
Your Discord's right here. We'll talk to Gingy and do the scheduling for next time. But for now, we got to talk about school. So Demi, you're the one who pitched this topic. You want to I don't know how you want to do it. You want to tell us some school stories or just like your opinions on school as a thing that exists? Just whatever direction you want to take it. I'm ready to ride the waves.
I can tell you a little story about school, okay? It was April 20th, 1999, in a small town in Colorado. Do you guys not know what happened in a small town in Colorado on April 20th, 1999? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, next bit. Okay, so it was...
Email us at detouraheadpodcast@gmail.com if you got the reference. Is that our email? I don't even know.
Listen, ask me a more specific question, and I will answer it with a...
You pitched this topic, so you have to fucking pick what specific avenue we're going on.
How about that? I picked the avenue, but I don't have to go first.
Okay, go ahead and pick the avenue, and then we'll make Colo go first.
This is what I want to hear. I want to hear about everybody's like first time they had a crush on somebody at school.
You see, that's a hard one.
Ooh,
I'm trying to think.
Okay, yeah, first time, right?
First time, or like first like really like serious one that's memorable.
Okay, so I have two very different distinctions. I could talk a lot about crushes I've had. I guess my first crush was probably my girlfriend in 2nd grade. But my crush after that, which I did not get with, is probably more impactful in my memory because it was something I never obtained.
We can talk about both of them.
Okay, so I had a 2nd grade girlfriend. Her name was Ari Ellis, and we were just like little 2nd grade boyfriend and girlfriend. We kissed each other on the mouth, which was weird to everybody else. I know.
As second graders? Ooh.
Yes, it is. It's kind of gross in retrospect.
You had your first kiss before me.
It's true. But yeah, I had a little 2nd grade girlfriend for about a year until she cheated on me with my best friend and we broke up.
Who was your best friend?
My boy Eric, my homie Eric. He was sick. He was still sick. I forgave him. The bros
you
before hoes. I didn't really give that much of a shit.
Were you like devastated by this breakup?
Devastated for a while. I was like, I don't think I hung out with Eric in like 3rd grade after he did that, but then by 4th grade we were homies.
Yeah, I get it.
We were homies once again. But yeah, and then the first like real crush that like impacted my brain that I did not get with was a chick named Emily, and I was like obsessed
Hold
with.
on.
Good.
Uh, your friend Eric was he like with your girlfriend?
Yeah, for a little bit, not long.
Damn. But like by the time you forgave him, was he still with her?
No, no, no.
Like, do you think you would have forgave him if he was with her still?
I probably wouldn't have been like, because we were like tight in fifth grade. That probably wouldn't have been the case, but I probably would have forgave him.
Hmm.
I'm not one to hold a grudge. I feel like even today, if I had a girlfriend and like she slept with Colo Chew, it wouldn't take that long for me to get back on Detour ahead.
Riley, but what if you had
Hold
an
on, hold on. Would
ex-girlfriend
we
from
bring
3
her on
years
as a
ago?
special guest to talk about it for a
And
Detour
to
Ahead
talk about
episode?
sleeping with both of us. Which Detour head host is better in bed? Find out today.
Riley sex review.
Riley, this is just a reminder. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you come Christmas time. By the way,
Oh yeah, you are coming down at Christmas. I hope we can do something for real. Because
Are you
it
are you
depends
guys
on
gonna
where I'm
meet
gonna
IRL?
be. Florida is a big state. I still don't know vacation plans, but
I mean, if
um,
it's near Christmas, I looked up like so Robin, a friend of mine who we should definitely have on the show. I think you'd vibe with Robin. Robin came down to Florida, but she was a couple hours away from me, and the Uber was like $90 there and back. So like, if anything, if I'm able to like save my pennies to Christmas time, I'll probably be able to Uber whatever wherever you are for like $300 total dollars, and we
I
can
don't
hang
think you
out.
want to Uber all the way down to Key West.
Maybe not, but I just
Just meet up in
That's a
Tampa.
that's a
Like
good
everyone should just
couple
meet in
hour
Tampa.
drive. But yeah, breaking fourth wall. Riley, if you have any suggestions for guests and you know what like you want to talk about, just put it in the Detour Ahead podcast chat in my Discord.
Okay, so we can document that we want to do Dragon Ball with Gingy.
And
And then I'll think of more.
and then there's the one for Penguin, but I'm gonna keep that a secret because I actually really like that idea. We have to schedule. But yeah. So yeah, you and this girl.
Oh, me and Emily. Okay, so I was like obsessed with this chick in fifth grade. It was like all I thought about. But not that bad. Like I was a kid, so there was still other shit that kept my attention. Like I'd say my most recent crush was probably my most like I was obsessed with them for a long period of time. But this one I did think about her a lot and I did like talk to her a lot, but I was like too much of a pussy to like pursue anything real. And then like we started going to different schools and it like devastated me. It was rough. And Emily was like my first like huge crush, probably more so than the girl I actually dated, which is kind of sad to say, but I did date the girl in fucking second grade, so I think I can be forgiven.
You'll never be forgiven.
Yeah, Ari Ellis is gonna show up at my house and fucking kill me for not caring about her enough.
After she cheated on you.
Honestly, I think we're like cool. We don't talk, but like
Wait. Your
I've seen her
second
a
grade
couple times.
girlfriend?
I've seen her a couple times throughout the years because her like grandfather lives down the street from me, so we've had encounters, and I think
Whoa.
we're pretty chill with each other.
You guys need to get back together.
Get back together. I thought maybe if I run into her again, I'll ask her out to lunch or something. But that'll take a lot of confidence, and that those days are very rare. So we'll see.
Look, I'm
Dude.
gonna tell you right now, being the oldest here, if you run into her again, you gotta hit her up and go, "Hey, let's go out to lunch. My mom can drive us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally me because I can't try.
It'll be like the sitcom premise where I order an Uber and I ask him to pretend to be my chauffeur.
This would be really funny. I would watch the Riley sitcom.
Honestly, the Riely sitcom would probably be pretty good.
I think the Demigloom sitcom would probably be
The
funnier.
Demigloom sitcom would be the funniest dark comedy to ever exist. Demigloom's had a
So,
very interesting, very dark life.
what do you think the odds are? Like, do you have her number?
Ari Ellis, no, for
Yeah.
sure. not.
What
Okay,
if you're
start
like,
with like legitimately start with that. Just like
get her number?
the next time, just ask her for her Snapchat because most people have that. Most
Yeah, and
people your
it's
guys'
less
age.
weird.
Huh?
It's also less like weird. If you ask a girl for her number, there's a lot of like connotations there. If you ask for her
Oh,
Snapchat,
yeah.
it's
I
just
I
like
don't
don't
know.
whatever.
I asked my most recent crush for her Snapchat. And she gave it to me, but then never added me back.
Damn.
I mean, that's happened to me too.
Me too.
But
Well,
okay.
except
Was
they
your
didn't give it
story
to me.
done? Because
I
I'm itching to tell my
stalkerly
story.
Yeah, my
found
story
them.
is done. I sent for a girl named Emily, and then we went to different schools, and it made me very sad. What about you, Colo?
All right. So the scene opens up with me, I want to say in 6th grade. I had so many crushes like 5th grade and before, but like the story I'm going to tell is 6th grade and on. So in 6th grade, well, let's start with 5th grade. In 5th grade, you know how when you're in middle school you have like a class A and a class B?
I didn't, but sure.
Okay, most schools will
I can
have like
believe the
50
premise.
students in a grade, and they'll be split between two rooms basically, at least from my understanding. There was a big bullying problem in 5th grade, so come 6th grade we dropped from, I want to say, like 52, 53 kids down to 26, which was the smallest the school has seen in like years. So we were the smallest grade in the school, which allowed all of us to like get close and actually know start talking to each other, and like everybody was really close knit. There wasn't really much bullying or anything. Obviously there was still like groups of people that like hung out and stuff, but there was a lot more intermingling than you would find in regular um, grade school. But there was a girl, and one of my good friends from grade school, he lived like on the other side of the neighborhood, but like still within walking distance when we were kids. We used to hang out all the time, and then 6th grade hit, and he started dating her. So that really put a dent in him and I hanging out. We didn't really hang out much around then anyway, but we were still kind of friends until that happened. Him dating her continues through 8th grade or 7th, I don't know. But so it continues into high school a little bit, and they break up. Her and I aren't really on the best of terms because I made my feelings known while they were dating, and that was a big no-no back then.
That's a big
Um
no-no anytime.
yeah, well, I was an idiot back then and didn't realize it. Uh so high school goes on. Her and I hang out a couple times, just kind of hang out with like mutual friend groups and stuff, and just talk and whatnot. Senior year rolls around, and she's still single and I'm still single, but like we didn't really do anything about it. We just kind of hung out, and then I asked her to prom. And the funny thing about that is, well, I went to my prom with her and her prom with her. So I went to 2 proms with her, which was great and was like a nice closure because she turned out to be kind of a bitch.
Wow,
And how did you find that out?
spicy.
Just by like actually asking, and then once it came to prom time, it was just her with her friends, and then me with all the other dudes that I didn't really talk to.
When you said just by asking, I thought you meant like you just asked if she was a bitch, and then she said yes, and you're like, well,
Yes, I am a bitch. In
yeah,
fact.
No, I found out.
you're an
But
ugly fucking bitch.
the funniest part about this story though is obviously I had a crush on her in 6th grade, but she was dating this other dude that I used to be friends with. This dude would tell her through all the way through through middle school that he was going to take her to prom, and I was the one who ended up taking her to prom and not him, because he dumped her like a couple years before. So that was like a big confidence boost for me, but I thought it was kind of funny. Her and I did hang out a few times afterward. Her and her boyfriend and me and my ex at the time, or girlfriend at the time, ex now, hung out a few times, but I haven't talked to her in like 3, 4 years since 2018. for like
You know, I
4
totally
years.
forgot
But
that you had a girlfriend when I met you. You haven't in a very long time, but you did
oh
when I
no,
met you.
that was the most recent one. That was the most recent one.
Yeah.
There
Didn't you guys
was
break up in like 2019 or something, like years ago?
yes. And I've
Damn.
not had a stable relationship since. But there was like a small fling back in January that lasted maybe a month, and then we were on and off hanging out as friends up until like a couple months ago, and then she just like randomly blocked me on everything, and I'm like, all right. She unblocks me, apologizes. I go, okay, I don't care, and I'm basically done. But I have a $400 monitor that she gave me for free, and I don't like that. So like I made every chance I could to try and give it back to her, and she kept telling me no, and then she just recently blocked me like a month ago, and I'm just like, all right, this shit's mine now, and I haven't
No.
bothered.
Hey Colo, real quick. I posted an idea in the Detour Head podcast chat. You don't have to say it out loud if you don't like it, but I think it would be hilarious. Go look at it.
Ah,
You want to tell the people what I
no,
said?
we're gonna
No.
leave that there.
Are you looking at it, Debbie?
No.
Oh, she's doing the fucking thing.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Y'all know nothing about the bikini bottom slushy.
All right, Demi, your turn.
Okay. I'm trying to think of which one I should tell. I guess I'll tell. I could tell the. Okay, so this happened in high school. Okay, so there was this girl. She had green hair, and she was in my third period. My third
Damn.
period
Wait, are you about to
history
tell the
class.
story about your girlfriend right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. God, if I break up with my girlfriend, it's gonna be really embarrassing that I've like documented through like multiple
You have a whole
podcasts our
song about
entire
how much
story.
you love her, and it's like the
Yeah.
most like insufferable song I've ever heard. Everybody, don't listen to Outer Space by Demigloom.
Well, that's just incentivizing people to listen to it at this point.
That's kind of part of the bit, Demi. I do want you to be successful, but I also hate
Okay.
that song.
That's also like my most popular song right now. And it would I like it's like it's part of my discography. Like I can't just delete it, right? So like if I ever end up dating somebody else, I'm gonna have to like explain like, oh yeah, that's about somebody else. But
Then you have to write a sequel to Outer Space every time you get a new significant other.
yeah.
Outer Space 2 will be about your next girlfriend.
But no, me and my girlfriend are in a great relationship. I don't see this going downhill anytime soon.
I mean,
But
yeah, but you're both teenagers, so like who
yeah, I
knows at the
was
end of the day.
yeah, like you know what I mean? Like we obviously I like to romanticize the fact that like, oh my god, we're gonna last forever. But like you don't know. Just enjoy the time. Like if this is my advice, if you're a teenager and you're in love, like just enjoy it while you can. And if you're like really paranoid about like maintaining it, you're actually it's paranoia is not good for your relationship. It'll just fuck it up. Just cherish what you have. But anyways,
All right, real
If
quick.
anybody
Okay.
out there wants
Hold on.
any, hold on. This is
Okay.
relating to what Demi was saying.
Sure.
If I have a real life example of like if anybody's like doubting themselves or whatever, it does work. It does work out for a lot of people, especially our age. Yes, I'm fuck. How old? Damn, I'm like 6 years older than you got. 8.
how old are
You're
you?
you're 26, right? Demi's
I'm
18 and I'm 20.
24.
Oh
I'm
shit, this
24.
is a grown
That's
ass adult.
I
I
am a
forgot
grown
about
You're
that.
four
adult.
years older than me, 6 years older than Demi.
Jesus
You were
Christ.
asking me for advice and DMs. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to help you with? I'm a child.
Okay, whatever.
Wait a
Anyway,
minute. Colo was asking Demi for advice?
separate
Wow.
advice. Separate advice.
All
Not
right, real quick.
ugh.
I have to piss. So Colo, Demi, talk shit about me while I'm gone. I think that'd be funny.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Demi, if anybody, you or anybody else has any doubts, I don't think you said you don't, right?
Um, like doubt that it will last.
Yeah.
I don't care because if it like basically this is my thoughts on like whether or not a relationship will last forever. It shouldn't have to last forever for it to be meaningful, and it also it's just you just cherish the moments while you can instead of like work is sorry, I'm really bad at wording this.
Worrying about
Quit
what's
worrying
to
about
come.
quit worrying about the future with relationships because relationships are all about the present. Relationships are your escape from everyday life. You know what I mean? You enjoy it while you can, and if you want your relationship to be successful, then it's like I don't know. It'll be more. You have a higher chance of being successful if you don't worry about it. Just enjoy being happy with the person you're with while you are. And if I if the relationship doesn't work out, it's probably for a good reason. Like if you guys both mutually decide that, the relationship isn't going anywhere or it's not mutually desirable anymore, then you can still cherish the times that you had and move on.
Okay.
I
So
don't
if
have
anybody's doubting themselves, but like in a way where you think nobody ever makes it, nobody anything like that. I have a really life example of one of the first friends I ever made back in high school, like literally the weekend before we started our classes in freshman year. Uh him and his girlfriend have been together since freshman year, which for context, I'm gonna date. I've already dated myself saying I'm 24, but for context, this is back in 2012, so it's been 10 years since they've been dating. I'm pretty sure they just got engaged.
yeah.
So if anybody's doubting, like it does happen. You just like Demi said, you can't worry about what's to come. You gotta just worry about what's going on right now in the present.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you stress out about the future, then you're not going to be able to enjoy the present.
I mean, that's like universally true, but especially with relationships. Like I I mean, I guess I could talk about my past relationships, if you could call them
Oh,
that.
your past relationships are so fun, such
Yeah.
amusing entertainment.
Like,
Strap in, folks.
listen, I have no romantic feelings for my exes whatsoever. In fact, like I cringe at a lot of, like the more like romantic, intimate moments with my exes, right? And I'm talking about those good old role play sessions, if you know what I'm saying, through text on Discord.
Some names, and it's tempting to shout them out.
Do you really want me to name drop people?
I can name drop them for you.
Lucian, Eloise, Foxtrot. I don't give a fuck.
Lucian, Eloise, Foxtrot.
I'm done with Lucian, Eloise. Listen, I have no romantic feelings for these people whatsoever. In fact, I'm not too fond of Eloise in particular. I hate her. But like,
That
I
Britishy
still,
girl that you dated for a
yeah.
time.
And the relation, I'm gonna be honest. Most of those relationships weren't even good. But like, I'm still able to cherish some of those memories, and I'm able to look fondly on the fact that those relationships made me happy. And this does not impact my current relationship with my girlfriend in any capacity. I don't like I don't you know what I mean? Like I don't care about them. I'm like, yeah, like we did what we did and it's over, It was mutually beneficial for a while and that's no longer the case. The contract expired. We had creative differences. It's kind of like former friends too, There are people that I don't get along with anymore, people who I think are pieces of shit, or like even like my relationship with my father. I absolutely despise my father. I'm done with him. I don't want to continue the relationship we had. This sounds really weird in this context. Um I no longer wish for him to be my father and me to be his child, but I could still look fondly on the memories and the positive impact that he's had on my life. And I guess what I'm trying to say is
That's a great way to look at it. It really is. Just maintaining the positive forces while like, expelling the negative ones.
you can acknowledge you don't want to forget about the negative shit. You want to remember the negative shit because so you
But
can
you don't
learn.
invite it to continue. That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
expel it. You get rid of it. But you keep the
exactly.
positive impacts that these negative people have given you. And
Yeah,
that's a really valuable thing.
like the positive impacts that I've had like by podcasting with Riley. And
Yeah, because I'm awful. I'm a piece of shit.
yeah, you're the worst person. I could cherish my memories of Asperger on Monkey Jones videos. and we're not going to talk any more about that right now because it's just a pointless conversation.
Pointless conversation that Colo knows nothing about, so we can just
Yeah.
jump right over it.
But yeah, just live in the present when it comes, especially when it comes to relationships, and don't concern yourself with lasting. Just concern yourself with finishing, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
Oh,
hey!
that's what I was talking about the whole time, ladies and gentlemen. Women.
It's all about coming, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
dog?
yeah. Colo is shaking his head in disapproval.
I'm not paying attention.
Let's go around the horn. How often do we masturbate? Colo, you go first.
No.
I'm like Pornhub category barely legal right now, so it's probably still a little bit weird.
Everybody here is 18, so it's fine. You wouldn't be on this podcast talking about this if you were not.
I'm barely
Riley's
legal
close enough to where he
goddess.
can talk about it. I'm good. I don't need people busting down my door the minute we finish recording.
FBI, open up!
FBI, open up!
Dude, some of the like shit
I
that
mean, we
Riely
talked
and
about
Andrew
cum with
talk
Jason.
about.
He hasn't passed the finish line.
The conversations I've had with like Insight about things like before I knew she was like a little kid.
Dude, Insight.
Like,
But we got it again. She lied again. Holy shit.
yeah, she's fucking 12.
Double
We've just made like awful like hardcore
Why are you guys
sex
incriminating
jokes.
yourself?
Okay, Colo
so
does not know
hard
the.
right now.
It's not incriminate. We never said anything illegal to her, but the fact
Yeah, we didn't commit any crime.
Inside Zoidberg is part of our circles, and we wouldn't have it any other way. She's already dug herself in despite the lies. But she told us she was 15 for the longest time.
So we just made extremely edgy jokes.
And then she quote unquote admitted that she was 13, and now we find out she's 12.
Yeah.
Oh man, god damn, fuck you guys. Why am I friends with you?
Insight, like, if I would have known she was 12, I would have probably never spoken to her. But at this point, she's like a little sister to me. And she's also like one of the best content friends I
She
have.
is so talented. It's
She's
crazy
so
for her age. She is an amazing
fucking
internet
insane.
personality.
She's better than me.
She's better than me.
Okay.
She's better than you. She's better than fucking Colo Chew. She's better than everybody.
A lot of people are better than me. Don't look me in there. I don't
I would
do
argue
anything.
that she's better
Oh, shoot.
better than Jason,
shoot.
but like I think it's really subjective.
Oh shoot. I gotta go do something. I can stay on. I forgot.
Okay.
Multitasking the podcast. Here we go.
No, I don't know if Insight's a better internet personality than us. I think we're all kind of on the same level. Like issue crew people, in all honesty.
She's worthy, and that's impressive at her age.
Incredibly impressive. Dude, like when I was 12, I was making like toy reviews and shit. Like I was like just taking toys out of my toy box, be like, "Hey guys, so this is my favorite action figure. It's Alex from Minecraft." Like I was nothing at that age. And Insight is uploading great, amazingly edited, scripted anime analysis videos that are on par with the videos that Trixie the Golden Witch made, which is her biggest inspiration. Better, in my opinion. I think her videos are better than Trixie's. I don't think she's on par with Trixie as a content creator because Trixie's just a legend. But in terms of like scripted content, like Insight is on the same level as her.
The thing about Inside Zoidberg is that people are going to be trepidatious to work with us because she's around. People are going to be critical of our working relationship with her. But at the end of the day, she is a talented content creator. She's in the same position I was in 4 years ago. I'd say like I was like when we met Inside Zoidberg level when I was 16. So Insight's already on her way. And you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. Again, I probably wouldn't have engaged with her in the first place if I knew she was 12. But now that we already have, she's part of the fucking Riley cinematic universe, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Why did she have to identify as a woman now?
I apologize. Demi, were you on the legendary mythical tier list that we did last week?
Yes, she was.
Okay. Because you dated that podcast, that episode,
I dated
video. You dated that video for the 24th of August. or
24th
whatever.
of August. 24th of
No, whatever the date was.
24th of September. Yeah, that's it. That's the
No,
one.
you date. Why am I? Hold on. The 27th. You dated it as the 27th of August, and said that
Yes.
this either 27. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You dated it, and I said as a joke, "Oh, Riley's gonna date me, and I'm gonna have to put this out in a week." And then you go and say the date. That was a week ago.
So Colo, I hope you're uploading that video right now at this moment.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Sure. Yep.
No, it's not made.
Back to Inside
Kids.
Zoidberg,
Next.
if I may.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us more about Inside Zoidberg.
She's the one person who I hate for being trans. Okay, because saying
Because it's weird to say that we podcast with a 12-year-old girl.
yeah, and to say I didn't know she was 12 just immediately sounds awful. But if it was a he, it was like, yeah, man, we've been working with this dude. I didn't know he was 12, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a little dude. But like, if it's a little girl, it just sounds so much worse.
You know what? That's fucking gender stereotypes, and we need to destroy them. Our
Stop.
relationship with Inside Zoidberg
Stop.
is simply a
Stop.
podcast and
Stop.
simply Discord friends.
You guys are you guys are walking up a cliff.
Like what are we admitting to that's morally wrong?
You're not
We're
admitting
admitting
to anything.
to podcasting
I'm getting
with a person.
worried. Me as a 24-year-old is
Hello, if you're
seeing
worried,
this
what?
cliff that you are walking up, and I am getting nervous.
Hello, if you're worried, imagine how Mo Diggity feels, our 42-year-old friend who's on those podcasts too.
Yeah, that's fair. Look, I don't interact with anybody else outside of you and Demi and
Oh, I'm
Jason.
gonna introduce you to all of my degenerate friends one by one on this podcast. It's gonna happen.
Oh, please do. I would love. Look, we've already talked about this outside of the podcast, but I want to try and bring like every episode we bring somebody
a
new in.
guest every episode. Listen, we're gonna get Mo Diggity on this show. I will someday convince you to get Inside Zoidberg on this show, although I'm sure your answer is no right now, but I'll wear you down eventually.
We'll see.
We get Hartsy Protsy on this show, maybe. He's a fun guy. There's all sorts of crazy internet characters that I know. Honestly, like Random Candor and Robin are like the two that I think would make like amazing Detour Ahead guests. I think Demi will agree with me because she knows both of those people.
I know both of those people.
So yeah, many exciting guest potential opportunities in the future.
Also, if you choose to bring a guest, if you fuck. All right, but all right. Guests get to pick what they pick what they want to talk about when they come on this podcast.
Yep.
Whether you get to talk about that topic or not is solely up to me and Riley. You can pick it, and
that's the premise of the show. Is that we start with a topic, but then
one of us or you will start off with a story. You'll mention something about fucking Ben 10, and then we'll just go off for like 20 minutes on just Ben 10.
Yeah, Colo, by the way, me and Demigloom are famous Ben 10 content creators. My YouTube channel for like the past 2 months have been me and Demi doing Ben 10 videos, whether it's our Let's Play of Ben 10 Protector of Earth, our fucking Ben 10 Alien tier list, or our new Ben 10 podcast, Omnitrix Radio. My main YouTube channel is now like 75% a Ben 10 channel.
Also, speaking of Ben 10, they're not the original, but Alien Force, they're releasing a Swampfire pop figure.
Yo, that's sick!
I'm
like
mad that they're
Pop?
not doing Ben and the original 10 aliens, but Swampfire is a great start.
Are we talking about
Hope
Funko
they do
Pop?
like the 10 Alien Force aliens, because those are some solid designs. Fucking Echo, Humongosaur. I'd love to have Funko Pops of those guys.
Are we talking about Funko Pops?
Yes.
Yes, we're talking about Funko
So
Pop.
my goddamn, you guys act like so. Not you guys. Riley always acts so irritated when I keep repeating myself, but he also refuses to answer my question.
But when you ask the question and I accidentally don't hear you, but then I say Funko Pop 3 times before I answer you, I think you're already answered.
You said Funko Pop once, okay? And Colo's the one who brought it up. Maybe Colo wasn't talking about Funko Pops and you got the wrong idea. Who knows?
Demi, do you have Funko Pops?
No, I fucking hate Funko Pops. I hate them.
Oh
Burn 'em.
no! Oh no!
Listen,
I have
they're addiction.
250 of them.
Think about so how much is a Funko Pop? Like $15, like $14.99 usually.
It varies based on the store, but 15 is a good estimate for the regular size ones.
What is 15 times 200? That would be 150 times 2. That's 300. You've spent $300. Would you exchange your Funko Pops for their original value right now? For
Yes, I would
$300,
get
would you sell your collection?
$6,000.
Wait, $6,000.
Oh, original value or market price? Because I have
Original value.
Original value? No, I would not. I've spent
Wait, so
$4,000 on Funko Pops so far, and I'm pretty sure I have a $2,000 net gain if I sell them all at market price.
did I do my math wrong? You said you have like 200 Funko Pops. And then, like,
250 Funko Pops, originally valued at an average of, let's say,
so
20, because some of them cost like 30 to get.
so I'm really stupid. I said 300. The answer was 3,000. I forgot a zero. So if they're $20, that's about $4,000. Would you sell all of them to me right now for $4,000?
No,
No.
That's
no
whack.
hesitation. No hesitation. Because the market value based off of what the Funko app says, where I can track all of the ones that I have, says that they're worth $6,000 something dollars. Also,
Okay, but if somebody
only
handed you
one of
that
them-
lump sum that your Funko app says, would you sell them all?
Huh?
If somebody handed you that exact lump sum that your Funko app says they're worth, would you sell them all for that amount?
I would probably try and convince them that I want to keep some of them. There's a lot of them that I could probably easily part with, but like Green Day is my favorite band, so I cannot get rid of them. Get rid of those. Some of them took way too long to fucking find. Like there's a lot of not all of them are bought at store like when they got released. Some of them have been bought like years later. Like my Super Saiyan God Goku pop that was released in March of 2020. It's now valued at $550. I paid $65 for it. That's I don't know the percentage. That's literally like slightly less than 10 times its original the amount I paid for. A lot of them I paid like 4 and they're now worth 50.
Wow.
So, yeah. It's basically investing for idiot.
I mean, Pokemon cards are probably a better investment in all honesty.
Oh, speaking of Pokemon cards, I'm working on completing the Pokédex.
You told me about this.
Yes. I only have, let me pull up my thing real quick. I only have 126 more. And then I have all of Gen 1 through 8 complete, including Legends Arceus.
I see.
That's pretty sick.
That 126 does not include regional variants. I need 17 more regional variants, but technically they're the same Pokemon, just different typings. So it's like a little asterisk at the bottom type deal. But
what were we talking about before? I had something else to say. Oh, the price. I was gonna like exchanging things for their original value. I've been considering lately like selling pretty much my entire video game collection or like a large fraction of it.
Don't do that. That's always a regret. I sold my PS2. I still think about it to this day. I'm like, fuck, I wish I had my PS2. God damn it, I wish I still had my PS2. You'll never forgive yourself.
I know for sure that like there's like a huge amount of sentimental value because like most of these games or like not most of these, but a lot of these games I've had since I was like fucking like since like 2008 I've been collecting this game collection, you know what I mean? It's been building since then. But at the same time, I continuously ask myself, if I could sell my entire game collection, would I be able to buy something that would make me more happy with that money? Because right now, these video games are just sitting on my shelf. Because now that I'm using emulators for everything and like fucking recording all my gameplay and shit, like I don't really use original hardware for like retro games a whole lot anymore, like at all. So I'm considering if it would be, of course I will regret it, and of course there'll be the sadness, but like I'm just wondering, like I'm sitting on assets here, you know what I mean? Like it's like I have like these, basically it feels like I have money just sitting on my shelf. You know what I'm saying?
I
Oh,
get it. Like if you don't touch it for long enough, it feels like, oh, I could probably have money for this instead of staring at it on the shelf. But
Demi,
at the
the
end of the
amount of pop
day,
figures alone, I've spent 4,000, like $3,000 to $4,000 on. That does not include the amount of figures I have, the amount of plushies I have, the amount of just like various random shit that I have in my room.
You could
Like
sell your
I'm
shit
probably
and
looking
buy
at
like
like
a car.
$7,000 worth of
Olo,
just
but
stuff sitting in here.
between you and Penguin Mage, I think you could drown a small village in the amount of merch that you own.
And the amount of merch, yes. Amount of plushies, we might be.
You
Penguin
might
could
be able to
probably do that
drown
herself.
New York City with the amount of plushies.
Let's not go after New York City, right?
If I had to make like a ballpark estimate, I'd say I probably have anywhere between $2,000 and $4,000 worth of video games.
That's crazy.
And they're
I don't have that many video games, but I'm really attached to the ones I have, especially from a PS3, which is why I'm still fuming over the fact that my PS3 disc drive went out. Which I'll probably just have to like crack it open with a screwdriver and see what I can do at some point. But like
I
I'm
think the
afraid
one that
that'll
I'm
be
actually
fruitless.
still attached to and cannot bring myself to get rid of is Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox.
Is that like
Oh,
a
shit.
valuable game?
Huh?
no, it's not valuable.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It was when the remake of Battlefront came out, but now it's kind of like evened out at like $30, I think. It's not expensive at all.
I've seen it for like $24.99 at my local stores, but depending on the state you're in, like the value of the dollar is different.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's affordable, but me and my sister growing up, when the only console we had was the Xbox before the Wii came out, that's all we played together, and there's a lot of memories of just playing that specific game every day after we got home from school. So like I cannot bring myself to get rid of the Xbox nor the game that I have.
Understandable.
So like a lot of this is sentimental value too.
That's what it is for me. Like I know that realistically I'm not going to sell my video game collection because it's like I don't know, man. It's like all I have, you know what I mean? I was never a sports kid. I don't have fucking trophies. I don't have awards. I have my fucking video games because that was my life leading up to like age 15 or even like 16.
It sucks because my video game collection isn't even that impressive because I lose games because I was an awful like child who lost all
You
of my
still
fucking
are.
video games. I'm still an awful child, but I at least try to keep track of my video games now.
Because you have an appreciation for the physical art of video games now.
For sure, I've gained a real appreciation for video games as an art form, so I take better care of the ones that I have. There's somewhere I was going with this. Oh, it's like I don't have anything. Like you were talking about how you're not a sports kid, you didn't have sports trophies. All I have are the best things I have are fucking like behavioral awards because I just like wasn't a little shit in school, and that's like all I had going for me.
In terms of school, in terms of like things from school, I think the only thing I have that I'm like legitimately proud of is my second year varsity letter in swimming. But that's like about it.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were like a swimmer.
Yeah, I was a
Do you do any
swimmer.
swimming stuff anymore?
Nope, I haven't stepped in a pool in over a year.
Damn.
Yeah. That's mainly because when I moved from the old house, from my old house to this one last year, the rec center that I used to work at when I first met you when I was living at my parents' house, that rec center, the pool has been under construction for the past year, so I've never actually like bothered to go and do anything about it. And it's not even like expensive either. It's literally I can walk in and get, I think it's like 100, 120 for a year pass, and it's like, and if you want to get your money's worth, it's technically, if you don't have a pass, it is $5 to get in without a pass. So you really only have to go a certain number of times per month just to get your money's worth, and it's super easy. But I'm just lazy.
Yeah, I get you.
But I'm pretty sure they have like a electric signboard out front. I have not seen the pool is still under construction post in a couple months. So once I get money, I might head over there and get back to swimming. I want to get back.
Yeah.
I want to get in shape.
Yeah, Colo, if we meet up in Florida in December, where it'll probably still be like in the 80s temperature wise, because fuck Florida, I hate Florida. You know, some of your swimming skills, dog.
I can show you how to not save somebody when they're drowning after I push you in the pool.
Oh no.
I'm no longer a lifeguard, so I don't have to save you.
You see, there are a lot of online friends that I would love to meet in real life, and then there's another sect of online friends who I'm afraid for my physical well being if I meet them. Colo is one of them.
I was gonna say I'm halfway between both. You really want to
I
meet
would
me, but at the
love to
same
meet you,
time,
but
you're
you will
gonna keep
also
6
kill
feet
me.
distance in between
Yeah.
both of us.
Why would he kill you? What's the fear here? Just because he's big?
I'm not big.
Because Colo has a
I'm
aggressive
5'6". I'm
desire to
short.
make me
I'm only
suffer,
5'6". I'm not
Ah.
that
which I
big.
can respect.
What'd you say?
You have a desire to make me suffer, which I can expect. I can respect rather is what I meant to say.
I'm really nice in person. I promise.
Okay. You're not like Brad, where you're making a solemn vow to break my legs the moment you meet me in real life. That's Brad's thing.
I will push you in the pool. That is a solemn vow. I hope you can
Oh
swim.
fuck.
I hope you can swim.
I can swim, but getting pushed in a pool is definitely like a fucking stressful experience.
I hope you trip and fall into the pool
Wow.
by my
Okay.
hands.
Cola's
No.
gonna like
No,
roll a
really.
bowling ball at me.
No,
Don't
really. Don't get in the
worry.
water.
I got a plan. I'll get the hot lifeguard to go and save you. Like, oh
Cola's
no, he
being my
can't swim.
wingman the
Go
whole
save
time.
him.
Oh no, he needs mouth to mouth immediately.
Passionate mouth to mouth.
Passionate.
See, I could be a good friend. I'm just malicious in my nice ways.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Wait, hold on.
And
Maybe he did, and I just wasn't paying attention. But I feel like Colo never told us about dropping out of college. That's what I came to this the moment Demigloom's like locked in that we were doing school. I've done so many school podcasts that I was kind of like, come on, do you really want to do school? But Demi was pretty pretty confident in her choice.
this
And
Detour
I
ahead. How much
immediately
school did we actually talked about it decently.
decided that I wanted to hear about Colo dropping out of college.
Okay, what do you want to know? Because that's very, very vague.
I mean, I guess we did talk about like the school system in general when I asked you about that, but like, what are the specific factors that drove you to dropping out of college?
Let's see. So specific factors. I have ADHD, and since second grade, I was on Vyvanse, which is ADHD ADD, 88. It's the same shit. I don't know. But I was on medication since second grade, so that's all I've ever known. Once I started going off to college, I realized I'm my own person, and I was also lazy and just forgot to take it. So that was really, really rough because my body was like, this is how things go. This is how you do things. And then I'm just like, yeah, but like, no. You know what I mean? So like, I stopped taking
Yeah,
it.
but no, actually.
I stopped taking it and basically got like hyper distracted, and my grades weren't that great in the second semester of college. So what was decided was if I don't get the grades for that second semester, my parents were going to pull me out and I was going to go to community college and live with them. That ended up happening, and community college was going fine. I was at home, kind of sucked. Depression was heavy. I was
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
there was depression was heavy because I lost all my friends. At least like because I was living with them at the time, so I was like ripped away from that, thrown back in my parents' house, and then was forced to go to a whole brand new school where I didn't know anybody. But like in college, where it's even more nerve wracking to talk to people because you're a grown ass adult and you don't know how to talk to people. Um, I think so. That was definitely a factor of me dropping out. Was like me not being on ADHD medication. Depression was a factor. Um, I still think one of the other big factors, which part of me thinks this wasn't, but at the same time, deep down, I know this was one of the big factors, was the girlfriend came into play. And she would come and hang out because her friend was going to the same college as us, the same community college as us. So she would come and hang out and just kind of hang out with other people and stuff like that over in one of the video game rooms. So instead of going to class, I would go and hang out with her and start talking to her. And eventually we
Uh-oh.
ended up dating, and I spent almost all of my time, instead of going to school, hanging out with her and not going to classes at all. I ended up failing every single class that semester. And after
God
that, that
damn.
was where I decided to not go to school anymore and start working full time.
Understandable. I think everybody has like that moment that they fell out of school, or like that group of moments where it was like, wow, this is a big deficit I went into. And sometimes there's something you dig yourself out of, and sometimes they're not. Like in your case, maybe you'll dig yourself out of it someday. Maybe a few years down the line, you'll be like, man, I should go back to college. But for now, it's not something you're actively pursuing, as far as I know. But for me, I think like all of high school was a big moment where it was just
Well,
like I
you
couldn't
weren't the
bring
big
myself
smart
to
kid back
care.
then, though. So
What were you gonna say? What'd you say? I'm sorry.
you weren't the big smart kid back then, though.
But people thought I was. That was my thing. Is like I was the real big smart kid in like elementary school, and thus that expectation was thrust upon me. And then I went into middle school and started immediately fumbling the ball, and it got much worse going into high school.
You fumbled the bag, Riley.
I fumbled the bag. It's true. Um, Especially the last 2 years of high school, it's like I couldn't bring myself to care. Like I was going to public school. It was a lot easier to obtain semi-decent grades than it was in the fucking super genius school that I went to before. It's not really a super genius school, but like it was a pretty high level. Like a lot of the kids that went there just happened to be really fucking smart, and the curriculum was very rigorous, and I could not keep up, which is why I had to spend my last 2 years in the local public school. And I just couldn't bring myself to care. Like I had my headphones in class and shit. Like I just couldn't do it. Like all me and all my teachers had an understanding where it's like I don't care, but I also am not going to be a dick to you. I'm just going to like have one earbud in and just casually kind of like hang out. I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm not going to like talk to my friends over your lecture. But me and you, we just gotta respect each other a little bit. And most of my teachers played along, if not for a few that were trying to tap into my academic potential, as it were, which ended up just being really fucking annoying. Um, but I mean, I made it through. I'm pretty sure they gimme graded me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there were like some assignments they factored in that I just weren't showing up in my grade book before. But to my knowledge, as far as I could tell, I was given a good grade because of COVID, and they just fucking gave me a diploma. Because what happened was, it was my senior year when COVID hit. So really bad timing. I was in my senior year of high school. I was actually doing very good. I was doing the best I had done in school in a very long time. And then school fucking ended because of COVID. And I let myself fall behind for the first couple of weeks of virtual school because we were told they still would not be like, yeah, your school year is fucked. Because I guess like COVID was still like an evolving thing back then. So they were like, yeah, we're going to do virtual school for about 2 weeks. So I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to do this shit. I'll just like catch up on all the work when I get back to school. It's no big deal. And then when it became apparent that I was not going back to school, I had to start kind of like paying attention to virtual school, but like it was not all in. I want to know why they even fucking paid those teachers for their time during COVID virtual school, because they didn't teach shit. Like Zoom classes were not a thing in the middle of the school year when COVID hit. They only became a thing the next year when we realized that COVID school was going to be a long-term thing. COVID school, right when it started, was here's a bunch of fucking busy work. Do it.
Yeah.
And
You
I
see, that's
couldn't.
crazy. I dropped out in 2018. So I never experienced what COVID school was like. I've only heard stories, but I was not in school for COVID.
Yeah, no, COVID was my senior year of high school. Like, possibly the worst timing it could have
God,
been.
that's so you guys make me I hate being on this podcast with you guys. You guys make me feel so old. Riely, I graduated high school in 2016.
How old was I in 2016? I was 14.
Jesus
And I was 12.
Christ. God damn, I was 18.
I mean, what was the age gap when we met? Well, the age gap was the same, but like, how old were we when we met? Like, I was 17 and you were 21.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait,
you
how
used to get,
old?
you used to get drunk
Okay.
a lot, like in the first couple of years that I knew you. You haven't done that as much. Has
That
Demi
was-
ever heard the
that
drunk
was the
floor
depre- that
karaoke
was the
story?
Depression. That was the Depression era. You met me in the Depression era, where I literally just sat in my room and did nothing.
Demi, have you heard the drunk Colo floor karaoke story?
No, I haven't.
So this has to have been like within like the first 2 years that I knew Colo. We were both participating in a tabletop RPG game. And the GM was a guy who we have a mutual dislike for nowadays. And Colo
Did you
just got
at the
like,
time this happened?
what?
Did you have a mutual dislike at the time this happened?
Kind of complicated, but the details of that are not important. The important part is one night we were doing a session and Kolochu was just not paying attention and he was drinking and he was listening to music. And eventually it got to the point where the GM would try to engage with him and he'd just start like singing whatever fucking Katy Perry bullshit he was listening to.
It wasn't Katy Perry, it was
Or
Jason
whatever it
Mraz.
was.
Don't talk shit about
No.
Katy Perry, okay?
There was Gotta Keep Your Head Up was the song that you the funny
Oh,
part.
Andy Grammer. Andy Grammer sings that. Yeah. I
He was
remember
like,
that.
you know-
That was a very fun night.
It was pretty good. You
I
and you
don't-
were laying on the
I
floor.
don't
That's
get
why it's
drunk
drunk
on
floor karaoke.
podcasts. I don't get drunk on Discord much anymore. I don't get drunk at all much anymore. I think, well, minus a couple nights ago.
Damn, we had the Kolochu relapse a couple nights ago.
It's not
We
a
missed
relapse.
the Kolochu relapse.
The Kolochu relapse arc.
It was so, well. I can't talk about alcohol with you guys because you guys don't know because you're babies.
That's not
Don't
Hey.
incriminate
necessarily
yourselves.
true.
You don't know anything about alcohol. You don't know about the adult apple juice.
No, listen, I didn't commit a crime because my dad got me drunk one time.
I guess you're allowed to drink with parent permission. I'm pretty sure that is in the books.
I
Like
don't know if
in
that's
your
a
own
state
house with
thing.
permission from parents.
No, dude, in
Um,
Wisconsin, you can literally take your kid to a bar, order them a drink, and they can drink it.
Yeah, in Ohio you
That's
can do the same
based.
thing. You can do the
They
same
could
thing in
they could literally
Ohio.
be like
Obviously,
2.
if the kid is like child, no. But if the kid is 18, like a legal adult, but not yet 21, if a parent buys the alcohol and hands it to them, they can drink it.
I wonder what the law is in the state where my dad lives. Maybe it's time to go visit my dad and go bar hopping.
Riley, you're like a
Fucking
year
based.
away, aren't you?
I'm
Yeah.
less than a year away, but
When's your birthday?
bar hopping is fun.
So I can
April.
forget yours as well.
April 14th.
Cool. I'm gonna
So-
forget.
So it'll be like 7 months from now. I'll be able to legally drink, and I will die of liver failure shortly thereafter.
I will say this in terms of drinking. Most people will go through like a drinking is fun, getting drunk is fun phase until the first time you end up in the bathroom for the whole night, and then after that you will go on a 6-month abstinence binge of just no alcohol at all because everything tastes horrible and reminds you of that night.
Understandable. That does sound pretty awful.
Oh, there's a very funny story behind that for me, but that's for another podcast.
I mean, I've already incriminated myself by telling a story on a podcast about how I was really drunk.
Yeah,
And-
but like,
li-
we could
literally
have a
nobody
whole
cares.
podcast episode over drunk stories. So
Okay, understandable. I mean, I only really have the one.
Me too.
Although no,
I've
I
got
guess
a
I have
few.
like 2 or 3 good ones, but it's like in those stories it is questionable whether the drunkenness or the highness caused the situation. Because there was also weed involved. Delta 8 THC, which is legal at age 18 in my state, mind you.
Yeah, you were
So-
only illegally drinking. You weren't illegally smoking weed.
Yeah, well, I was only illegally consuming one substance, not both of
Yeah.
the substances.
Your
Hey, how
honor.
long are these podcasts?
I mean, an hour to an hour and a half. We're already at a place where you can call it if you would like.
Because I stopped Minecraft to play. I'm not saying I'm not having fun, and I'm not saying I'm not enjoying this conversation. I am. I love doing this podcast, but like it's also kind of late because I'm a grown ass adult, and once that time starts with a 10 p.m., the yawns start happening, and I pass out shortly after. So
Understand? I think this is a good length podcast. Demigloom, is there anything else you're chomping at the bit to say, or are you ready to say it goodnight as well?
My advice to the youth: don't do drugs. It's bad. Nothing
Yeah.
good
see,
comes out of
my
doing
advice
drugs.
was going to be stay in school until legally you don't have to.
So drop out in your senior year when you no longer need parental consent to do so.
Graduate college, graduate high school. Graduate high school. You need that. College is a person to person basis.
Get a trade job.
I mean, that
Trade
probably
jobs
is
are
the best way
popping
to
off
go
because nobody wants
objectively.
to. Trade jobs are popping off right now. Nobody wants to do them
Yeah.
because everybody thinks you need a piece of paper from the smart people who decided that $14,000 for half a semester is worth it.
But all right, gamers, I guess that'll conclude us for Detour Ahead today. Thank you all for listening. Let's go around the horn, get some plugs, starting with our special guest, Demigloom. Where can they find you on the internet?
You can listen to my brand new song. Actually,
Outer
brand new
space.
song. No. listen to my most popular song, which is now no longer available on my main SoundCloud page, but on Demigloom Archive, was a College Cunts cover of an Anhira song featuring Bryn. And instead of listening to Bryn, this very hot girl, singing it, you can listen to me singing College Cunts. So look up Demigloom College Cunts on SoundCloud, and
Wait, I
yeah,
thought the cover was you did the instrumental and Bryn did the lyrics.
that was the original cover. Then I made another
Oh,
one where
then
I
you
made
made another one where you sing it. Okay.
yeah. I like mine better, not because I'm better than Bryn at singing, because I'm not. Bryn is a great singer. But the instrumental, like, I've really gotten better at making that style of music since then. So I like remade the instrumental, and it's much better. And it doesn't like rely on a feature. You know what I mean? It's just me. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good song. I recommend checking it out. It's
Okay.
officially Sad Femme approved. Shout out to Sad Femme.
Did you want to plug any of your like general social media or like
Yeah,
non-music content?
just look up at Demigloom on any social media. I'm there. I'm on all the stuff.
Hell
Oh, did
yeah.
you brand everything as Demigloom?
Yep,
Oh, hell
Demigloom.
yeah. That leads me
Everything.
into mine. Everything is Colochu.
Including Twitter now?
COLOCHU. Everything is Colochu. You can find me anywhere.
Hell yeah.
Twitter is still Colochu54. I don't know how to change it, and I'm too lazy to bother.
Wah,
Okay.
wah.
Besides,
Damn.
the original tag for me, my original gamer tag when I was growing up was Colo54. It has evolved since then, but it's a nice. I like the 54 at the end. It's a nice nod to what I used to be.
Hell yeah. You can find me at anchor.fm/Riely Mega Feed. It's the Riely Podcast Mega Feed. You can also find it on plenty of podcast platforms under that name. There's some podcasts there you can listen to, including the legendary Largest Issue in the Galaxy, which concluded its 109 episode run recently. Demigloom was one of my co-hosts on that show. And now it's mostly the home to my movie review podcast. That's really the only show I still do that gets posted there. But the important thing is in the links in the description of the Riely Podcast Mega Feed, like the feed description, you can find links to everything that I do. There's all my social medias, my YouTube channels, all that sort of shit. So that can all be found in one central place, that being the Riely Podcast mega feed. And thank you all again for listening to Detour Ahead. You know, Colo, I don't know about you. I see more of these in the future, quicker than the last two.
Absolutely. Now that we have more ideas to get through, too.
Hell yeah. This will also be the first episode of Detour Ahead that will not be released several months after it was recorded, because now we have like an established place to release them. Because I remember we sat on the first episode for a long time, and then we just put it out, said fuck it, and we put it out on the Riely Podcast mega feed. Then we sat on the second episode with the intent to make like a new logo and a new feed. And then we sat on it for several months, and you were like, "I'm not getting a new logo," so I just made the feed with the logo we already had.
Do we have our own feed now?
Yes, we do at anchor.fm/Detour Ahead, or on Spotify as Detour Ahead, probably other podcast platforms too, because Anchor does that shit automatically. So some of them are probably already up.
As long as
But
it's on Spotify, because that's where
certainly
like,
Anchor and
most people I
Spotify.
know. Most people I know use Spotify, so like.
Yes,
That's
we are
perfect.
up on Spotify as the Detour Ahead podcast. The first two episodes are also available on the Riely Podcast mega feed, but the first two are also up on its own feed, and future episodes will be exclusive to the Detour Ahead feed. So subscribe, folks.
Subscribe for more. It's a good podcast with a lot of fun things to talk about.
But all right, I think that'll do it for us tonight. For Detour Ahead, I've been Riley.
Colo.
I've been Demetria Hartwell Joplin, and I live at 308 Negro Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104.
And we will see you next time.